It's estimated that an approximate 300 hours of video content is uploaded to YouTube every minute. Sure, you get your typical Let's Plays,
everybody, welcome to the Minecraft
movie reviews, and makeup tutorials, but you can also get some bizarre and flat-out disturbing stuff that's basically made for no one except for the video uploader. Today, I'll be going over some of the creepiest videos on YouTube. Mind you, almost all of these videos are a bit older. I wanted to treat this as a trip down memory lane for me, going back to being a kid and watching horrifying videos late at night that I probably shouldn't have been watching. This is the dark side of YouTube. Blank Room Soup is a certified classic, so why not start there? While most people have seen part 1, the other 3 parts tend to go overlooked. Part 1 kicks off with this very sad and eerie scene of a man eating soup as these masked figures slowly begin to approach him. Again, you've probably seen this before in either memes or just stumbling upon it yourself. Part 2 shows him still eating as the figures enter again. By the end of this part, one of them moves towards him and he screams in terror. Part 3 escalates even further, showing one of the costumed figures bringing in what looks like a kidnapped person, which only raises more questions. Finally, in Part 4, there's an outside shot of someone filming one of the costumed figures. So, what's the story here? Well, the internet didn't take long to latch onto this video with plenty of theories. Some claim that the man and his wife were abducted, and his wife was killed, and her remains were used to make the soup that he's forced to eat. Others suggest that Renaissance Men, the video's original uploader, might be a man named Raymond Percy, who is an animator behind the Ray Ray suits that are seen in the video. According to Percy, he received the video in an anonymous email not long after the Ray Ray suits were stolen, implying that whoever stole the suits was doing some pretty fucked up shit. Blank Room Soup leaves a lot up in the air, which is exactly why it's managed to stick around in online horror circles for so long. Real or staged, the video pulls you in and holds on to you with its strange combination of fear, sadness, and surreal visuals. It's disturbing, but it's also one of the internet's most intriguing mysteries. A classic that keeps you thinking long after you've watched it. I Feel Fantastic is one of those early internet oddities that genuinely horrified me when I first saw it, and that was when I was like 12. The video features a humanoid android named Tara singing in a strangely mechanical robotic voice while posed in various spots around a quiet, dimly lit house. While Tara's voice is supposed to be musical, there's an eerie quality to it that has fascinated viewers and sparked a series of conspiracy theories about the video's origins, but the real backstory to I Feel Fantastic is just as strange as the video itself. The android, Tara, was created by John Bergeron, who first started posting about this project back in 2001. Originally, Bergeron designed Tara as a multi-purpose android for potential roles in security, entertainment, or research. However, her development eventually shifted towards a musical focus, and in 2004, Bergeron began sharing videos of Tara performing songs that he wrote. Nowadays, though, Tara is most well known for making an appearance in Smiling Friends. Body of a Pig opens with an oddly formal message from Devin Raymond, the video's uploader, hinting at his past involvement with a group that he's legally barred from naming. Right after this intro text, the scene cuts to footage of 2 guys exploring a decaying building, with flashlight beams cutting through dust and darkness. They get to this red door, open it, and then it happens. Out of nowhere, a voice groans, "I have the body of a pig," followed by bizarre pig-like grunting sounds. After that, the phrase repeats a few times, with the last one slowed way down for extra creep factor. The guys eventually flash a light into an even darker, dirtier corner of the building and snap a photo, revealing what looks like a ghostly figure crawling on the ground. As creepy as this video is, it's very obviously a hoax, but it works extremely well as a short horror film of sorts. Everything about it is paced out extremely well, not to mention the design of the demon at the end is pure nightmare fuel. I think you could easily draw parallels from this video to analog horror, which would end up dominating the modern horror YouTube landscape as we know it. Whether or not body of a pig is real almost doesn't matter. It taps into the exact blend of atmosphere and suspense that makes creepy videos so effective. It's old school internet horror that does what it's supposed to do, leave you glancing over your shoulder and questioning the sounds around you. I already mentioned Obey the Walrus in my Shay St. John video, but I figured I would talk a little bit more about it here. When this video first appeared on YouTube in 2007, it made a lasting mark. Originally featuring Sandy Crisp, a drag queen and performer known as the Goddess Bunny, the video itself combines strange visuals, unsettling audio, and raw imagery that makes viewers feel either one of two emotions: fear or laughter. Obey the Walrus opens with an image of Andros, a villain from the Star Fox video game series, synced to the Itsy Bitsy Spider. Soon the song starts to speed up, then Sandy Crisp appears, tap dancing with an umbrella as the music turns warped and haunting. The edits make Crisp's dance look surreal, intensifying until she seems to come closer and closer to the camera, only for the screen to end abruptly on an eerie image of a walrus. Over time, Obey the Walrus became a prime example of one of the first ever cursed videos on the internet, and I'm pretty sure anyone that saw it when they were younger was greatly affected by it, myself included. There's a reason that I used it in the opening title sequence of my second feature film, Pesticide, because frankly, this video is just outright bizarre. Robert Helpmann's videos revolve around a figure that he calls Daisy. The body, wrapped and unmoving, appears in nearly every video, and Helpmann speaks to it as if it were alive. In a few of the videos, Helpmann, masked and unnamed, performs bizarre acts, from trying to feed Daisy to disturbing displays of violence. One cryptic element is a flash of random words appearing in each video for just a split second. When pieced together, these words form an eerie nursery rhyme about death that dates back to the 1700s. The name, Robert Helpmann, could refer to an Australian actor from the early 20th century, but it's unclear if this was intentional or not, since it could be a very common name. While some viewers speculate that the channel is an elaborate horror-themed ARG, there's no concrete evidence, but many agree that the body looks somewhat unnatural, and others believe this might just be an elaborate horror project meant to provoke fear and intrigue. It's entirely unknown what the intent is here, and that just adds to the horror of it all. But what's the actual deal here? Is it real? Is it fake? Well, I personally would have to lean towards this channel being a massive hoax. There are several times where you can see Robert Helpmann lifting Daisy up with one hand. Remember, Daisy is supposed to be a human body. Regardless of whether it's alive or not, humans weigh a lot, and it would be difficult to just pick up a body with one hand. This was actually something that we had to deal with while making a short horror film titled Body Bag. The titular body bag was just a bunch of hoodies and pillows that were lined up to look like a body was inside of it. It weighed virtually nothing, so I had to do my best to really sell it being extremely heavy. That's why I think the Robert Helpmann channel is nothing more than just a creepy horror project. Nothing more. But the Robert Helpmann channel is still an extremely effective horror project that I thoroughly enjoyed. Benjamin Bennett's Sitting and Smiling might be one of the internet's most surreal endurance art projects. Since 2014, Benjamin has been live streaming himself sitting in front of a camera, smiling without moving, for a staggering 4 hours at a time. His most recent stream was 2 months ago, which is honestly crazy that he's been doing this now for an entire decade. He uploaded his very first sitting and smiling video on July 28th, 2014, and committed to the project by releasing one video per week. Yes, this guy sat in a room, sitting and smiling at the camera for 4 hours every single week. Now, you may be wondering, why is this included in a video titled The Dark Side of YouTube, since it isn't exactly dark? It's off-putting, sure, but at the end of the day, it's just some guy staring into a camera for hours on end. Well, what I mainly wanted to talk about was episode 5. During this video, a burglar actually broke into Benjamin's house. He briefly appeared in the video and can be seen opening a door to Benjamin's room midstream, saying a quick, "Hello?" and then promptly leaving, with both Benjamin and the burglar being absolutely scared shitless.
Hello?
Like, just imagine, for a moment, Either you are the burglar or you are Benjamin. If you're Benjamin, you got to sit in this room for 4 hours for that specific day, just sitting and smiling in front of the camera, and someone breaks into your house and you cannot break character. Now imagine being the burglar. You're breaking into someone's house, you enter a room and you just see some guy sitting in front of a camera and smiling. It's terrifying. That video managed to rack up millions of views and is one of the most popular videos on his entire channel. And so that about wraps everything up. Trust me, there are more videos that I could talk about, but again, I don't want this video to be too long or anything. So if you have any suggestions or recommendations, let me know down below in the comments, and I might make a part 2. Anyways, I'm Cole McCormick, you're watching Firewood Media, and I just wanted to say thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.